Hi, fourth graders. One of the standards we were working on using our place value chart and looking at the values of numbers is being able to compare the value of one number with the value of another number. So I have a problem here, 371 thousands plus 9 10,000s, and they want to know, is it greater than, less than, or equal to 380,000? I'm going to use my place value chart to help me figure out what the value of this one is. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at this one right here. I have 371 thousands. So I know that I have 100,000, and that's where the 3 is going to go. So one of the things that you can do to help yourself is we could put some counters. Now I could use numbers and I could use words, but on my place value chart for today, I want to use some counters because I got a feeling I'm going to have to do some moving around on the chart up and down. So I've got 300,000s, I've got 7 10,000s, I've got 1,000, and then of course there's nothing in the hundreds, tens, and ones in this number. And then I've got 9 10,000. It says plus 9 10,000. So I've got 9 10,000s right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is add all of my columns to see, well, I still have 0 ones, I still have 0 tens, I still have 0 hundreds. I'm going to have 1 thousands, but now I've got 16. 7 plus 9 is 16 10,000s. Well, I know that I can bundle these 7 with 3 of the counters right there, and that will allow me to move those over into the 100,000s. So that way I can add 100,000 over here from this bundle, and that leaves me with 6 counters left right here. So now I have 4,000, 600, and 1,000. So that is 4,600 and 1,000. And the question asks me to compare that to 380,000. So I have 300s, 8 10,000s, and 0 thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Now remember, when I'm comparing them, I'm starting with the largest number. I'm not starting over here on the ones, even though that's important for me to figure out the values. When I'm comparing, I always start with what's the largest place value, because you can see over here, it would look like 8 is larger than 6, which it is, but when you look at the values, 100,000 is 10 times as much as 1 10,000. So it's clear that I have 400,000s and 300,000s, and that the 400,000s is going to be the greater number. So as I look at this problem of 371,000s plus 10,000s, since I know that that's going to be 461,000, I know that that one is greater than 380,000. But what if I'm not dealing with addition? What if I have a different problem altogether and I've got to deal with subtraction? Well, let me get rid of these ones. And let's say I have the number 200,000. That means I would have 2 hundreds, 0 10,000s, 0 thousands, 0 hundreds, 0 tens, and 0 ones. Just 200,000s. And the problem might look something like this. 200,000s. I have 200,000s, but it's got minus 1,000. And they want to know, is that greater than, less than, or equal to 300,000? Well, one thing that I could do right away is I could look at 200,000 and 300,000 and compare them, and right away I know that this is going to be the larger number. But just for the sake of it, let's use the place value grid and find out what I can do with this minus 1,000. I don't have 1,000 to get rid of. There's no extra thousands here. So I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to have to go over to this one, because I know that there are 10 of these. There are 10,000s in 1 10,000. The problem is I don't have anything there. So I got to go all the way over to here, and I've got 100,000. And I can take that 100,000, and I'm going to take one of those away, and I'm going to give that one, over to the 10,000, except that it's not really 1, because 100,000 is 10 thousands. So that's a little better, except I've got to take away 1,000, and I still don't have that one. So I'm going to have to take one of these 10,000s, and I'm going to have to give it to the thousands. But I need to take that one away. So now I have 9 here, and the extra 10,000, why, that's going to go over to the 1,000, except it's not really a 1, because 10,000 is 10 thousands. Now I can actually take 1,000 away, and if I take 1,000 away, I'm going to end up with 9 thousands, 9 10,000s, and 100,000, and my new number would be 199,000. Now, looking at 199,000, then I can certainly compare that to 300,000, and I can look at the 100,000s right away, and of course see that 300,000 is the larger number by comparing the 100,000s. I can either use the place value chart, or if I know them well enough, I can look at where the 100,000s are and compare them that way. But this doesn't make any sense unless you know the order of the place value chart. That's why it's so important. I hope this helps you remember as we're going through and comparing different problems using the place value chart and helping you to remember and compare the values of numbers. As always, if you have any questions, make sure you ask Mrs. Sisney or me.